loves, it's your girl Tootiee, and thank you for coming on my channel and joining me on my spiritual journey, and thank you for inviting me on yours. So I was not going to do this video today because I'm tired of getting on here. My hair looks a mess. I'm gonna do it after I get my hair done. But then I heard the song Mary J. Blige, Take Me As I Am or Take Nothing at All. And I was like, you know what, God, you absolutely right. So I'm going to get on here and get these messages out because I never know who may need to hear it in this very moment. And I'm not going to be stingy or trying to control my gifts. God gave me a prophetic voice and I'm going to use it. What I love to do is heal others, help others. So here I am. Let my test and testimony, guide you. I don't believe in this message. This may or may not resonate. Likes attract likes. So if you are divinely guided here, then there's something in here for you. Now, everything may not be for you, and this is where your discernment comes in. If I'm talking about love, but this applies to your family or your career or your pets or whatever it is in your life, then 111 on the timer. Take it as it resonates. Do not force a message. Definitely trust your own inner wisdom, okay? So, without further ado, I'm going to get into it. However, when I heard the Mary J. Blige song, Take Me As I Am and Take Nothing at All, I had to go ahead and Google the lyrics, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I said, oh yeah. I remember my last message, I was talking about the solar plexus chakra, and that basically deals with your self-confidence. That is your I am that bitch, I am that nigga, that creep, the God energy in you. That is your powerhouse. That is like your brain, for real. You want to know why they say we only use like a certain percentage of our brain? Because our brain is in our solar plexus chakra. Like, our gut affects our moods, our mental. 211 on the timer. You can check the scientific facts about behind it when it comes to your gut health, dealing with your mental, and that's just dealing with the physical. This is the science stuff. So on the spiritual realm, your solar plexus chakra, when that is out of whack, you're operating out of your lower energy. It's pulling from your lower chakras, like your root chakra and your sacral chakra, and that brings out of you like animalistic instincts and all of that, versus that more higher 244 on the timer, your higher chakras, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your crown chakra, etc. For those of you who know, it's more than 7 chakras, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, oh yeah, the song, rambling. So I'm a Libra sun, Virgo moon. So if you know, like, I be in my head, overthinker, and then the Virgo in me is an overanalyzer. So I be jotting stuff down in my notebook so I don't get off track and stuff. And this is where I be writing my downloads. So you'll see me pull out this notebook a lot to reference things so I don't forget anything God may have wanted me to go over. So take me as I am. Let me pull up these lyrics. So I just opened up a new tab on my phone and I had Googled the meaning of 111, and it says signifies confidence within yourself, motivates your own strength, decision making when opportunities are sent your way. That still references that solar plexus chakra energy. So back to the music message I had got. Mary J. Blige, Take Me As I Am. And the lyrics read, she's been down and out, she's been wrote about, she's been talked about constantly. She's been up and down, she's been pushed around, but they held her down, NYC. So somebody here may be from New York. I just heard 424 in the time. I just heard Brooklyn. And then it goes on to say, she has no regrets, she accepts the past. All these things they helped make she. She's been lost and found, and she's still around. There's a reason for everything. Amen. I've been holding on, trying to make me weak, but I still stay strong. Put my life all up in these songs just so you can feel me. So somebody here may also be into music. You may make music, you may write music, you may just be a creative, you may be an artist. Take it as it resonates. And it says, take me as I am, or have nothing at all. Just take me as I am, or have nothing at all. Now she's older now. Yes, she's wiser now. Can't disguise her now. She don't need no one telling her what to do and say. No one telling her who to be. She's on solid ground. She's been lost and found. Now she answers to G-O-D. And she's confident. And this is not the end. Ask me how I know, because she is me. Period. 5:33 on the timer. I super felt that. So if that resonated with you, yes, sis, yes. Tell me, I'm trying to stop clapping, but I'm also be me. Tell motherfuckers to take you as you are, or nothing at all. Do not settle for less. Remember who you are. That goes for a female or a male watching this. Remember who you are. Remember that you that bitch. Remember that you that nigga. And don't let nobody humble you or downplay you. The only person you need to be humble before is God, because there's no higher source than God. So, with that being said, you know I've been holding on, trying to make me weak, but I still stay strong. Put my life all up in these songs just so you can feel me, so you can get the real me. And again, I just felt like this was a confirmation for me to come on here and record. This channel is not all about the whole twin flame, soulmate, karmic thing. Oh my gosh, let's hop on a different timeline. However, if I'm guided to give those messages, I will give those messages. But again, I want this channel to be about hope, healing, and true guidance for those of you who really want to spiritually ascend. You'll hear me talking about my stories a lot on this channel, and this is not me projecting, but again, my tests are not my testimony. And I know if I went through it, then there's somebody else out here who went through it, and there are also people out here who went through it 10 times, 100 times over. And I just here to let you know that you will, 7-11 on the timer, that you will get through it. You can get through it, and as long as you got God, can't nothing hold you down. So with that being said, again, yesterday I got a whole lot of downloads, and the main energy that I was getting was, you know, have faith in God, trust in God, know that God has you. Like, I just felt so loved by God, and I felt like that was the overall message of the energy that he was giving me. Like, if you don't have a relationship with God, get you a relationship with God. It's great to have a relationship with your ancestors, the angels, celestial beings, whoever you resonate with. The purpose of combination. However, you should only be praying to God. You can honor everybody else, you know, thank everybody else, but you should only be praying and worshiping to God, because no benevolent entity is going to ask for your worship. Worship is an energy exchange. So no benevolent being is going to ask you to worship them. You should only be worshiping God. You should only be praying to God. Now, I'm not saying you can't talk to these other entities. Definitely, if you have a relationship, to each his own. I have my own relationship with my spirit team, but at the end of the day, I only pray to God. I only worship God, because he is the highest being of highest beings, the top spiritual rank. He don't want out here giving spiritual ranks, okay? So I definitely pray and talk to God. So in that energy, the last download I got from that, I was led to, I'm not going to say angel number, because I'm in a point in my journey where I call them God numbers. Even when I'm looking them up online on Google, I'll type in like God number 1111. I don't put angel number 1111. Do what you are guided to do. However, I want 911 on the timer. However, I want you to know, like, your spiritual journey is your spiritual journey. It is not a one size fits all. Do what resonates in your soul, because there have been times I have Google angel numbers and I read them and I'm like, I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't resonate with my life. And then I'll go through all the things and I'll try to break it down and I try to understand, get confirmation, and they're like, okay, do it this way, do it this way. It's okay to question certain things and ask for clarity. You know, again, your spiritual journey is your spiritual journey. Don't get on here and me sharing my spiritual journey and you take it as this has to be, you know, how you go about things. No, I'm just telling you my perspective and the things that I have been through. You form your own perspective. You do your own research. I'm just here to spread love and light. Please do not hate me for anything I say. This, again, is how I view things through my own eyes. So, I Googled God number 644, and it says God's witnesses. This is how I knew any downloads I got after this was going to be for the collective. And this is, it also said, God's dealing with the righteous and the wicked different, even though we experience the same events. I'm gonna read that one more time. God's dealing with the righteous and the wicked different, even though we experience the same events. So, the wicked and the righteous can both be in a storm. But just know, when you living right, you have nothing to worry about. God got you. So, when I got this, again, also got that it was God witnesses. So I was like, okay, I'm about to get downloads. Let me sit still, tap in so I can really hear. And I was like, okay, what tool am I going to use to get these messages? So I was like, okay, give me messages through, you know, the TV. So we can bring it all full circle. And there was nothing that was like screaming to me, click on it. So I was like, okay, maybe you don't want to give me messages this way. However, I want to kick back right quick. And I'm going to watch TV. So I turned on Euphoria. And I've been watching it. I'm just now getting into it, y'all. Like, I finally finished all of it. Anyways, I was on the last episode, but I didn't know I was on the last episode yet. So I'm watching it, and I was in a really great mood. Like, all this energy God was giving me at first, basically saying, you know, God was like, I love you. I'm here for you. Matter of fact, let me read to you all the downloads I got. Let me start at the beginning of my day, so y'all can understand, like, the energy shift that happened when I tapped into the collective energy. So my day started, I think I woke up at 12:33, or I just paid attention to my phone at 12:33. So boom, my day started. I Googled God number 1233. It says, I'm strong enough and smart enough to improve my life by taking pride in myself. Trust God and stay positive. Okay, boom. And then I caught 1244, which said spiritual growth, new beginnings, personal power, drive for achievement, willingness to change, positive messages regarding love. God is always with me, and guardian angels believe in my ability to achieve my goals. And then I have a personal message that I wrote down that was for me. God speaks to me through numbers majority of the time, because that's what I pay attention to the most. 13, 11. Again, you have your own personal relationship with God. God will speak with you through many ways. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to zone out like that. I was getting a download. So God will speak with you through many ways, and one of the many ways, I don't know if y'all watch Pastor Michael's High. When I went on the Haitians, I really just, the burp is a confirmation. Oh my. So listen, when I went on my Haitians and I just did a cleanse and I was fasting, I was really listening to sermons from different preachers and just talking to God, and I was in my Bible. Again, I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm not a Christian. However, I'm a kingdom worshiper. I love God. I don't know about you, but I love God, and I'm gonna have my own relationship with him. I can feel somebody watching this and judging me. But let he who is without sin cast the first stone. How often do you pray? How often do you talk to God? How often do you help? How often, instead of criticizing and throwing Bible verses at people to belittle them, do you actually teach? What testimony has God gave you to go out into the world and contribute to society? So, pause on that. Anyways, yeah, I had gotten to watching a whole lot of sermons. Instead of watching tarot videos, it switched to that. And one of Pastor Michael Todd's was basically, how do you know God is talking to you? What ways do God talk to you? And I do believe I wrote it down. This journal is fresh. I write a whole lot. So I don't know if it is in this journal or I put it in my notes. Okay, so I somewhat put it in my notes. Again, I write a whole lot. When I get downloads, I feel something resonate deep to in my soul, it goes in my handy dandy notebook. If not, it's going in my notes on my phone. So anyways, I wrote this on this is what I mean, journal, because when you look back a year later, it hits super different. I wrote this on June 23rd, 2023 at 7:03 a.m. And it goes, when I first began my spiritual journey, I had a hard time trusting anyone other than God and Archangel Michael. I was hesitant to connect with my ancestors, but earlier this year, I finally took the time to do so. I soon realized why ancient Egypt fell and understood the weight of generational trauma and curses. During a recent meditation, I connected with my ancestors who gathered with me on a beach. It was there that I met Yemaya and one of my ancestors who scared the shit out of me, to be honest. And while I was on that beach, I noticed a volcano of knowledge, though at the time I didn't understand its significance. Later, God revealed to me the truth about marine spirits, and today everything finally clicked while I was watching the show Manifestation on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube, on Netflix. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend go watch it. Not only is it a good show, for me personally, I got a whole lot of downloads about just biblical times, stuff that resonated with my past life. It was just connecting the dots. So, like, you have to watch the show because it's about connecting the dots on there. Like, they were calling it callings, but it was downloads, and you'll see it taught me 722 on the timer. They were getting these callings, trying to do stuff and prevent things from happening. And a lot of times when we get on, we watch these tarot videos, or we get readings, or we get our own downloads, we'll get them and try to control things instead of going to source and asking, okay, you gave me this download, what should I do with this download? Or actually taking the time to really sit on the download and see how it resonates, what we should do with this information. And on this show, they'll get what they call our call-ins, and they'll save somebody, but other bad shit would happen. Watch the show. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But it gave me 1808 on the timer. It gave me a whole lot of downloads and just helped me put a lot of things together. So it's through all of these experiences that I've come to understand how God speaks to us. His voice can be heard audibly or through angels, dreams and visions. I am a prophetic dreamer. My dreams, especially if I wake up and I still remember my dream even hours later, I know that dream super means something. I have to 1818. When I was on my Haitians and like tuning everything out, that was that word out. I was doing a great job at writing down my dreams. However, I fell off. I need to get back better at it. However, if you are a prophetic dreamer, or you've been having dreams, like a repetitive theme in your dreams, and you can't understand what they mean, write them down. And then you'll see how it'll resonate in your life as you continue to get the messages. God also talks through signs and miracles. So, signs. Y'all like to call them angel numbers. I call them God numbers, miracles. Something, the human mind and brain and eye can't not grasp. Like, it doesn't make scientific sense, but it happened. Like, those type of miracles. For instance, I just got the image of the Bible story. Y'all remember when the lady came all the way to see Jesus, and because she knew that like he could heal her, and she touched him, and you know, she was healed. Like she had a blood illness or something like that, and she was healed. She came all that way. She believed. She just had faith. That was a miracle. The lady had that disease all her life, all them years. The miracle when the boy couldn't walk and Jesus made him stand up. Miracles like that. That's how God talks to you, because humans just don't get it. Y'all be needing all these spectaculars to believe, but God knows and He understands, and that's why He talks to you through signs and miracles. God also talks to you through coincidences. I'm big on, I do not believe in coincidences. That's me personally. I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens. Like, there's no such thing as coincidence for me. God also talks to us through the written word, which is the Bible. Through the Quran, if you're Jewish, whatever religious test your religion is related to, or whatever you're guided to. But God talks to you through the written word. God also talks to you through the living word, which is when, you know, pastor, preachers, life coaches, anybody just with a testimony for real, starts speaking to you. So don't ever judge the messenger. You may miss out on something that is important for you to hear, because you're like, you know, this person is this or this person is that, so they can't be qualified to give me a message. No, God will use anybody. God don't discriminate. So, again, God will talk to you through other people. God will talk to you through the media. You ask for clarity on should you take this job offer in China, and then you get on TV and the commercial come on and it's about Chinese people. Or you'll see an Expedia, you get on social media, see a whole bunch of ads about moving to China, new job opportunities, like it'll hit you back to back to back. God will also talk to you through creation, and God will talk to us through our consciousness. Now, this is what Pastor Michael taught God, conscious for me, God will talk to you through your own intuition, through that inner knowing. And then this is very interesting to keep reading this, because it still goes with my theme of the download I got. So I'm just going to read it. God even sent Archangel Gabriel to me, warning me to stop watching a particular reader who I thought was channeling my ancestors. While I initially misinterpreted the message, I soon realized that God never speaks through our ancestors. Again, your preference is your preference. Because today I have a different perspective on it. Because our ancestors, I don't know, what they can be considered, people or spirits. I'm going to let y'all think on that and come up with y'all own opinion. However, I honor my ancestors. I am definitely grateful for the groundwork and the path they have laid before me. And nothing they did goes unappreciated. However, when I was listening to that sermon, that just super hit me in the gut. So, Pastor didn't say God delivered messages through the ancestors. But God, I can't say God. God don't deliver messages through the ancestors. Now, that don't mean the ancestors won't have messages for you. I'm getting the image of my grandmother. That don't mean your grandmama might pop up on you and say, hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? I seen this behind the scenes. That don't mean God sent her. That just mean your grandma love you and she there for you. So it's just two different lanes, okay? Two different lanes. Please don't be mad at me about it. So I caution others to be careful when connecting with their ancestors, because not all of them are benevolent. Look, let me give y'all a story. So as y'all listen to the beginning of this. I didn't always connect with my ancestors. I connected with God and the angels. Like, there was something in my spirit that just didn't sit right about connecting with my ancestors. And let me tell you, I started connecting with my ancestors, right? Everything was all good. Messages was resonating. They were giving me good advice. However, they gave me one message about something that burp is a confirmation. Anytime I get a burp or I sneeze, it's a super confirmation for me. So, or this burp, I feel like somebody messing with my heart. I mean, not my heart. I don't know why I keep saying heart chakra. Maybe somebody needs to pay attention to that heart chakra. Or somebody doesn't want me to share love and light. Oh, well, I am. I love being a loving person. I love love. Anyways. So, back to the story. I started connecting with my ancestors. It was all good. They were giving me a whole lot of ancient wisdom and all this other stuff. And then they gave me some tea about something to do with flossing. Now, this is for my ancestral lineage, so I'm not going to give y'all those downloads. I don't even know if it was a good or wish me well download. Anyways, it was a download regarding flossing. Tell me why flossing, I broke my motherfucking tooth. Excuse the cussing, but I'm mad. It's better than those me. I love my smile. Like, it's just so pretty. Like, I need to get my teeth whitened again. However, my teeth are straight. All that. I love my smile. My smile radiates. And I chipped my tooth flossing. And I'm like, why would y'all tell me to do this? If it was all love, y'all could have told me to go to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? Why would you tell me to floss as it was the part of a protection thing? I'm gonna just leave it at that. 26:33 on the timer. Flossing. I done lost my daggone tooth. And because it was a protection thing, I was super flossing. Again, I can't tell you how it resonates. I don't even want to give y'all that type of advice because I didn't chip my tooth flossing, but I was like over flossing, like super flossing, chipped my tooth. Still upset about that to this day. And that's when I realized, like, not all of y'all wish me well. Like, so you have to be careful. Remember, your ancestors were living spirits once upon a time. And not everybody, look at your family now. Does everybody in your family wish you well? Does everybody in your family applaud you and encourage you to do great things? Does everybody in your family show up for you? That's the same thing with your ancestors. Some of your ancestors don't want to see you break these generational curses. They want to stay in the same cycle. They feel like because they didn't get it in the lifetime they were alive, you shouldn't have it either. Hell, you got people who are alive right now in your family who feel that way. They feel like since they struggled, you struggle. So, remember that. So when you're talking to your ancestor, God says test the spirit, test the spirit. Anyways, I'm going on to write. I caution others to be careful when connecting with their ancestors. Not all of them are benevolent. Instead, we should focus on leaning on God's understanding, for it's through Him that we are resurrected and our lives are transformed. I share these words to remind you of the power of God's holy word and to encourage you to listen closely to His message. So it's written like this because I was sharing these messages on my Facebook. And yes, this whole message resonates with the downloads I was getting after that. So, as I was saying, I started watching Euphoria and I didn't know I was on the last episode. And after getting all those other good messages, oh yeah, I didn't even tell y'all about the rest of the good messages before we get into the other messages. I do want to let y'all know before we get into the other messages, trigger warning, because I'm going to talk about some stuff. So if you're sensitive, go ahead, click off after we stop talking about the positive messages. Maybe the only thing on here for you was to talk about how good God is. Praise Him, hallelujah, you know what I'm saying? It's always great to worship God. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. However, for those of you who are connecting with my energy and what I'm saying is resonating, and you understand spiritual warfare, and you are a warrior spirit, stick around for the rest of these messages because it's important for somebody. However, like I said, God talks to me through numbers. So then I seen God number 1055. God's grace and mercy. Qualities of God character that show His compassion, generosity, and acceptance of sinful humans. These qualities include shielding humans from God's wrath, forgiving them, and giving them righteousness so they can grow and live in faith and obedience. I'm not gonna say these were collective messages. These are messages that were more so for me. However, if it resonates for you, it resonates for you. And I'm only saying that because when I took my Haitians again, it was just me and God. Basically, my spirit team, the angels, the celestial beings, was like, okay, baby, you graduated. You know what I'm saying? You are out this dark matter of the soul. You don't need us. God got you. Look, we're gonna help you get your relationship with God right. You need to tap in with the Father. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna play the background because this is who you really need to focus on. So it was just me and God. At that point in my season, I was praying every morning. I was praying every night. I was watching sermons on YouTube religiously, like back to back to back. During this time, I was unemployed. It was straight hustle. I was an entrepreneur, so I'm not gonna say I had a lot of free time, but I had free time. So like, I'm really just listening to sermons, taking in the word. 344, a lot of crying, a lot of tears, a lot of healing. We'll get into that in other videos if I am guided to that. However, that really hit for me, and it was like, because I took the Haitians, and then my birthday came around, and I'm not gonna say I put God on the back burner, because I was still praying, but I wasn't praying how I was. Because at first I was praying every morning, every night, and not just verbally, but also writing my prayers down every morning, every night, deciphering the Bible verses that I was led to and what it means to me. Like, I was like, really, it was just me and God. And then after my birthday, I kind of strayed. I was just doing my own thing. I was no longer submitting to God's will. Like, I was praying verbally, but I wasn't like really taking the time to like strengthen our relationship and our bond. So I felt like that was God telling me, I didn't let you do it your way. You didn't fail and busted your ass, but I'm here to basically pick you up. I forgive you, baby. Come on, bring it back in, and let's do this my way. So after that download, I got a download of God's love for me and his promise to protect me. So yeah, I was feeling so loved by God that morning. Like, God was just telling me, I was just loving on me, and he was telling me, like, I got you, don't worry about it, I'm gonna protect you. And if you hear, that means you are a part of, my collective, that everything I say is going to apply to you. But the energy in some way, shape, or form is going to apply to you. And then I seen God number 1122, which talks about divine guidance, support, and growth. It symbolizes God's favor in the bestowal of blessings. Like, you see where the energy is going. Like, I was really like feeling great. I was feeling really bubbly. And then I see God number 222, which says the fullness of God's blessing. And then it said Uriel, Archangel Uriel, which Uriel means flame of God. Now, 3311 on the timer. When other spiritualists try to tap into my energy and I don't, I'm not really feeling them, I'm skeptical about them, they'll tell me, like, they'll give me general messages. Like, if you were, again, I'm a Libra, so if you were to get on YouTube and type in Libra reading, they will read those, pull that type of energy, and then it's like a block, and they'll be like, I see fire around you. I'm heavily protected by seraphim, angels, and God. Like, if you don't know, seraphim angels are like angels that deal with fire. They're high-ranking angels. Like, they do not play about me whatsoever. If when things go, I'm gonna say weird, it was either a part of the plan, or like I went AWOL. Like, they're like, oh, Tyra went off path and she's going her own way. All I did was blink my eye. I don't know where she went. I be doing things like that. I like to test the water. I don't know why. Sometimes players fuck up and I gotta learn the hard way. However, so if anybody ever talks to you about a fiery spirit, like you got a fiery spirit, or I see fire around you, like something like that, don't take it as a bad thing. Just know maybe the angels are right there protecting you, especially Archangel Gabriel. So And then Genesis 2:22 says, then the rib which the Lord God had taken from man. I got more downloads after that. I think that was more as a personal one, because I was guarded towards some flames, and we're not gonna get into that right now. Back to the main energy. Again, I have my own downloads in here along with the collective messages download. I know which is which when I actually say, okay, what are the messages for the collective, and then God's give them to me. And then I got a download about work towards my soul's purpose, good fortune in finances, relationship, and career. So again, the main energy I was originally getting when I woke up is just about God loves you, no matter how many times you fuck up, no matter how many times you fall down, no matter how many times you stray from the path. 35, 44 in the time. I know that God is there. Hearing, y'all know how Israel, I'm hearing Jerusalem. Don't quote me on this. I don't 100% know the Bible, but I know the Bible. Like, sometimes I get stuff confused and backwards. So I'm hearing Jerusalem. So Israel or Jerusalem, they used to basically commit a whole bunch of sin, adultery, and all this stuff, and used to make God angry. And when God gave them consequences, it was like, oh, please, God, I'm sorry, please. Please, please, please save me. And then God would save them, and then they'll turn around and sin again. And then when they got the consequences of doing what the fuck they wanted to do, they'll be like, God save me, God save me. But because God loved them so much, God saved them again. And they'll do it again. They'll start sinning again. Like, God just ain't just told you, like, what gave you consequences. And I don't know about y'all, but that's kind of with me sometimes too. And maybe with you, like, you keep digging these holes for yourself. And then you want to cry snot and nose and woe is me, or to want to turn your back on God about the choices you made. So it's never too late to repent. It's never too late to ask for forgiveness. Don't ever feel shameful. I'm hearing, don't feel like you're too dirty to come back to God. God will take you as you are. I'm getting a download about when I got baptized. So when I was 6 years old, the preacher was talking about a sermon. I know the only thing today that I remember about this sermon, when the preacher was like, just come as you are. I don't care if you're raggedy. You know what I'm saying? You do this, you do that, you do that. Just come as you are, because God don't care about none of that. And you know, they have to call to see who wants to give their life to God. And I remember telling my mom, like, I was a very shy and timid kid. I remember telling my mom, like, I want to do it. But she's like, I'm not going to walk you up there. You know, if that's something you want to do, then you got to do it on your own. So I said, you know what? Okay, bet. So the next time I went to church, 6 years old, I decided to go get baptized. I gave my life to God, 38:11 on the timer. And it was based off, because God said he was going to take me as I am. Now at 6 years old, I wasn't really going through nothing. You know what I'm saying? Life is not traumatic. I had a really great childhood. I spent most of my childhood with my great grandparents. So I had a really great childhood. I'm going to say from like 6 to under, because I was with my great grandparents. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. So I wasn't going through nothing in life, but in my soul felt that. And here I am as an adult, and that still resonates, because God just loves me no matter what. When I don't feel good enough, when I'm feeling low, when I feel like I want to give up, when, you know, things just don't make sense, when I'm feeling depressed, when I'm feeling angry, when I'm feeling spiteful, when I'm just feeling all these human emotions, God just still loves me and takes me as I am. And just know that God loves you, and he's going to accept you and all your bullshit. It don't matter what you did. I'm getting the image. It was a story I read on Facebook, basically, where a lady who used to be a prostitute, and she came and gave her life to God, and, you know, She came part of the church. She got married. Da 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 da. Like, God does not matter where you are at in life. You on drugs, you prostituting, you a bad parent, too much street men, you had an abortion. Like, before all this religion, it was just God. Back. All then they didn't have no Bible to reference. God just gave them a set of rules and say basically don't do this. You know, everything else kind of like, and even still, if you broke those rules, God gave us Jesus for redemption. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus died on the cross. Again, I'm not a Christian, however, I do believe in Jesus. Jesus died for our sins, so don't ever be scared to come back to our Father and say, you know what, Father, I messed up. And it's even been times I done had to tell God, I'm like, no, you know what, God, I messed up. And I'm probably going to keep messing up, because right now in the energy I'm in, I'm not, my flesh is weak. I'm not strong enough to want to quit doing what I'm doing. Just know that I love you, and I'm going to keep asking for forgiveness until I get it right in my, until I get it right and back on the path. And God stayed patient with me. 41:11 on the timer. And God stayed patient with me. And God held my hand. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to let her do her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to watch over her. It's kind of like when I'm getting the image of a kid on a bike. God like, well, hey, you don't need me to show you. You want to keep falling down off this bike until you get it? Cool. I'm still here. I'm gonna watch you. I make sure no cars hit you while you know what I'm saying, you're riding your bike. But if that's what you want to do to learn your lessons, then that's what I'm gonna let you do to learn your lessons. But know that God never leaves your side. He's always there. Anyways, the last download I got in that energy, it said God's witnesses. And that was a confirmation to let me know, like, okay, the downloads I'm about to get are for the collective. But 644 also means God's dealing with the righteous and the wicked differ, even though we experience the same events. And I think I already read this. In fact, I'm reading it again. It's very prevalent. Which means you could be going through the storm, right? You could be going through the storm. But if you trust God and you talk to God and you build a relationship with God, you'll be all right through that storm. I'm seeing an umbrella. Like, it's basically like, okay, the storm is coming. But if you walk right and live right and just talk to me and rely on me, I'm going to give you an umbrella. So yeah, it's raining, but you're not going to get wet. However, those who's like, all right, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care about my relationship with God. They're going to drown in this water. Pouring down on them. But again, both of y'all are in the storm, but y'all having two different experiences. So, food for thought. Anyways, back to, I was watching Euphoria, and after all this bubbly and positive energy, I see Fez, you know, his little brother had a shootout with the police, and that like instantly shifted my mood. Like, it lowered my vibration, and I couldn't understand. I was like, this is not my energy, and I know I'm an empath, but this is really, really heavy. And then the show went off, and I was like, dang, ain't no more episodes. So I googled when the new season coming out, 43:55 on timer, and I seen that Fez, the actor, he had passed away due to drug abuse. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense why it hit me the way it hit me. And 44:14 on the timer. And then I got a whole lot of messages about masculines. Mainly, I'm not going to say mainly. I got a whole bunch of messages about, I'm going to say for masculines with that energy, but we're going to get into that in a second. I was getting a whole bunch of downloads. Another download I got, because this was another large energy. Again, trigger warning. Do not take every message for you. Take it as it resonates, okay? So, I was getting a whole lot of downloads about black magic. At first, I was not one of those girls. I believed in magic, but I didn't really believe in it. Magic's not my thing. I feel like the magic is inside of me, so like, I don't need to do it. I can just, when I pray, God hear me. When I pray, God hears me. For example, I remember my twin flame when his friends got shot, and I really just didn't want my twin to go back on like a bad path. 45, 44 in the time. So it was like, not only am I praying over my twin, I needed his friend to pull through. So I started praying over his friend. I called upon Archangel Michael. I lit my white candles. I read the Bible, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed. When I originally got the news, everybody had said he passed away. But when everybody was saying that, I just couldn't get it out my lips to, say rest in peace. Something in my spirit just didn't sit right with saying rest in peace. And that was the minute I really got into the praying. So everybody all over Facebook, rest in peace to him. But I'm like, nah, don't count him out. Nah, not yet. Someday, nah. So I'm going to pray. And I'm going to pray. And I'm going to pray. So I prayed. And I think, after praying the next morning, my twin basically told me, no, Brad's still fighting. Pray some more. And I think a couple days later, I don't remember the exact timeline. It could have been the next day or a couple days later. However, it was really soon after that. I had a dream. Again, I'm a prophetic dreamer. I had a dream that his homeboy had texted me a Bible verse. And the day after I woke up from that dream, they was like, yeah, bro, up. He woke. He talking. He, you know what I'm saying? He don't shake back. He well aware. Bro, hey. And that's when it hit me, how powerful, really my prayers are. I see my prayers work for other stuff that I'm not going to talk about. But that one really sticks out to me because, one, it creeps me out. It creeps me out to this day. However, that's how hard my prayer hit. I don't got to do no magic. I'm the magic. God is the ultimate source of all this magic. So my prayers really hit. Anyways, I started getting messages about black magic, and when I know it is a message that is really it's important, they'll hit me with it back to back to back. So my last video, I was talking about the rapper who died. What's his name? Julio. Rest in peace. But when I went on his page, there was a post about him doing voodoo and that stuff. I did a reading a couple of days ago where it came out about somebody doing magic. However, I put that video on private because I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to scare anybody. However, I just keep seeing little stuff about magic, mainly voodoo and Santeria. And then finally, there was a post on my Facebook where it was a video of a witch that openly admitted to, hexing and cursing people. But she was like, but there's a select group of people that she can't curse or hex. And she was basically people who stand in their truth, know who they are, and, have a relationship with God, talk to God daily. And she was like, it's only a small percentage of those type of people in the world. So most people can be hexed or cursed. So, food for brain. Make sure it is important to have a relationship with your God. With our God. It's important to have a relationship with God. above all else. Yes, your ancestors will stop for you. Yes, the angels will fight for you. Yes, celestial beings will kick ass for you. Yes, like, yes, they will get into the spiritual war for you. However, now I'm getting a download. I don't know how good y'all are with y'all Bible. I'm not a grade. However, like I said, during this Haitians, I really just started reading my Bible and getting it too. So now I just got the download about I don't remember the people name. However, it was this king. It was some people like basically conquering all of these cities, and he had told, dang, I wish I could remember the name. Anyways, he had conquered all these cities, calling on his God, not God, but his God, whoever he was worshiping or whatever. He had conquered all these cities, and basically these cities had called on these other things they idolized as God, thinking that their gods was going to help them not get conquered. And then one of God's chosen people had prayed to God and was like, you know what, God, I need you so we can win this war. We can't let them conquer. 5111 on the timer. And their opponent was basically like, you can call on your God. All these other cities and called on their God and they ain't do nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? I still defeated them. So their opponent was feeling really good about themselves. They was feeling like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? My deity outweighs all these deities, and it's going to conquer your deity too. But not knowing, like, God is the awesome source. God, that was the God that he was praying to, and God came through. Dang, he ain't conquer that city. I mean, lost really bad too. Basically, you can get the hell up out of here. Don't play with my people. These people come about me. Type shit. So, if you get it, you get it. Make sure you're taking care of your spiritual hygiene. Yes, it's good to have crystals, do your spiritual bath, light your white candles, you know, sage, lemon, whatever your protection practices are. It's good to do all of that. However, don't forget God above all else. Okay? Because when you do all this spiritual hygiene, yeah, they keep you protected. So, let's say somebody was sending you beauty spells, so to make your face break out. So you're doing all these protection stuff. Okay, now your face, you may have one little pimple. It didn't make your whole face break out, but you only have one pimple. It kept you protected. However, if you did all that and relied on God, your face would be glowing like, what's that, glass skin? Korean skincare type stuff. Your face would be glowing had you relied on God too. So, message. And I know everybody does not believe in magic. However, energy is energy. Can we all agree on that? And there are ways that you can manipulate the energy, especially when somebody believes in it strong enough and is that emotionally charged. For example, being guided to share my story with you guys. Again, trigger warning. Especially to my women who were in violent relationships, abusive relationships, trigger warning. Or anybody who's just been through anything trauma, that type of trauma related, just trigger warning. If that is too sensitive and something you cannot digest, go ahead, skip ahead or click off. Again, thank you for joining me on my spiritual journey, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of yours. But I'm here to speak my truth. God gave me tests to have a testimony, and again, that's because somebody needs to hear it. There are people out here who've been through it 10 times or 100 times worse than me. And I want you to know, if I can go through it and I can get through it and I can still praise God, then so can you. So, me personally, I feel like I have two people who have been doing magic. One of them being a female who is connected to a person I feel like is my soulmate. And she is obsessed with him and doesn't understand that she is a karmic. Well, they're each other's karmic, and they are not meant to be together forever. And she hates the way this masculine loves me, like super hates it. So I believe she's doing Santeria on me. Whatever, 5511 on the timer. No biggie. I don't care to be with the masculine. I feel like, and another part of me feels like she's not doing magic on me per se. Maybe magic to make sure that we don't come together, but I think she's really doing magic on him, like love spells, stay with me spells, come to me spells, stuff like that in that nature. I'm not gonna say I think, I know. And since she's doing magic on him, anytime we interact, that kind of rubs off on me, because, you know, we're being intimate in energy exchange. Anyways, I no longer 5544 the timer. I'm no longer doing that. Masculine. And then two, I have an ex, and I feel like this man has been putting death spells on me. He wants me to die in a car accident or for me to commit suicide. But guess what, boo-boo? Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna touch me. I'm hearing some, but it ain't no stain on me. But it ain't no stain on me. That's what I'm hearing. Anyways. So I'm gonna give you the story with this masculine, because this is my first time actually speaking out to anybody about it. But I feel like I can be transparent with you guys, because again, if you're guided here, then you are a part of my collective. You are a part of my spiritual, my soul tribe. So in 2022, I'm not gonna say his name because we're not gonna give him no power. So I'm gonna call him a karmic. His name is gonna be Karmic, okay? So December 2022, I ran into a karmic that I used to deal with in high school. And when he came in, I had just got out of a relationship with my twin flame, and it felt like a different, you know, era from what my twin flame was. So it's kind of like I'm hearing racing cars, like it went really fast and crashed down the burn. So I met Karmic December 2022. He came in, he was giving me flowers, we planned a trip to Miami, went to Miami for Christmas. Like, he was doing all the chivalry and romantic things. However, there were red flags there that I dismissed, that he was a controlling psychopath. So fast forward, I'm hearing, no, tell them the red flags. So one of the red flags was he gave me a test. Basically, I think he broke up with me or some shit like that. I'm gonna tell them the red flags, and I don't remember. This is traumatic to me. So there's stuff that I blocked out and had to put to the back, 5811. Anyways, he gave me a test where he broke up with me basically to see how I react. He would give me love, and then all of a sudden he just turned cold. He had so many narcissistic traits. Like, he was very controlling. He's a Leo and he's a fixed sign, and he was that energy amplified by a million. However, let's fast forward to, I'm here to slow down. So for somebody, if you're dealing with a situation where a man is being emotionally manipulative with you, and red flag, if a man makes you cry, I'm talking about hurt your feelings, and then he turns back around, he said, oh, I was just testing you, leave his ass, run for the motherfucking hills. Don't play with him. That is a man who is so emotionally fucked up on the inside that he has to play with other people's feelings. That man need to do some healing. Leave him alone. So fast forward, we go to Miami for Christmas. He has his son with him. This is the first time I meet his son. His son was 1 going on 2, something like that. Like, he was a baby, but not, you know, a baby. and we're going to his family for Christmas. Again, this is the first time I meet his son, and it's so crazy. It's like when I looked at his son, it was like an instant like soul recognition. I was like, I know I've seen this little boy before. Like, I know him from somewhere. 59, 55 on the side, man. I was like, I know this little boy from somewhere. I've seen him somewhere, and I could not put my finger on it. And we're at the airport. He has to get stuff out the car, and he was like, can you grab him? And I'm thinking, this little boy don't know me. He probably finna act funny, but he instantly he came to me, and everything was cool. And then he didn't want to be carried no more as we're going through the airport. He's running after his dad, which is expected. And then as we're on the plane, I have a special connection with spirit babies. I have a special connection with kids. 33 when I was saying that. I have a special connection with kids. So, like, when we were on the plane, he was under his dad, and I'm just like, hand him here, and he just gave me a hug, and he kind of fell asleep in my arms. And his dad, the karmic, his dad was so shocked. He was like, he's never like that with anybody. And I'm just looking like, you know. I don't know, kids just love me. And again, I felt a soul recognition with this little boy. So as we were going to get the rental, I can tell his son is getting sick, but I'm thinking, okay, you know, it won't be nothing that's a biggie. He just may have a little cough, like a little cold or something. But now we're in the rental, he's like getting super sick. He's throwing up and everything. So you know, I tell the karmic, you know, stop, you know. For one, I'm hungry, thirsty, all that stuff. While we're in there, I make sure I get him some stuff, you know. A toothbrush, you know, he just threw up. You don't want to have that nasty taste in your mouth. And I just get him his son a whole bunch of little stuff. Like, I'm just a natural nurturer, so we can make it down the road, and you know that he's comfortable. Because also when we're at the airport, like, he wouldn't eat, so I'm like, it's damn near 12 at night, 1 in the morning. It's like it's late now at this point. Like, I know for a fact, like, even if he's not hungry, like, he needs some nourishment in his body one way or another. So boom, I get his son dad. Like, the best part about this trip was his child, and man, it's just a fucking psychopath. So 222, you know what I'm saying? Oh, anyways, fast forward on this trip, he leaves his son with his family members. Mind you, his son's sick. His son is crying and screaming to be with his dad, and I just feel so bad. And they're trying to treat him. He's not a baby, but he's not a big boy, and they're just trying to big boy him, like, you know, put him down, don't do this. But it was just like, he's sick. He wants to be nurtured. And anyways, I tell this story. I'm gonna tell this part because it's prevalent to where we're going with this. So his son was super under me. Like, I was just, you know, loving on him, nurturing him, because I felt like he just wasn't getting nothing. That's what he needed. And everybody was just so shocked about how he was attached to me. So his family, like, you ain't never been around him, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, like, he just likes me, I suppose. Either he just likes me, or he's really just really sick and nobody wants to nurture him. So me and his son is kind of like tied to the hip, other than, you know, when he wanted to leave him with his family members, so me and the karmic, we could have our time. I didn't really like it because, again, I know he's sick, but I'm not the parent, so, you know, I let it flow. Yeah, we here, okay, let's enjoy our vacation, da 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 da. So fast forward, we're still on vacation. Okay, another important detail that was a red flag. So when he broke up with me, mind you, this man, he didn't post me on social media, but when he broke up, he was quick. He was super quick to go on social media and announce he was single. I'm like, you quick to say you single, but you not quick enough to let nobody know you taken. So me, I didn't like that. So now we're in Miami, and we done did the whole matching pajamas thing, And you know, when you pop out and you happy, I put infant because I want the man is fucking crazy. But we don't. Let me finish telling this story. So we do the whole matching pajamas thing, and we post it on social media. And then, of course, there's always going to be somebody who has something to say. So some girl who used to beef with me about can't even say beef. Beef is a mutual feeling. Who didn't like me over a man. So quick side story just to talk about it. Cause this is just hilarious to me to this day. So there was, we're gonna call him D. So D messaged me on social media one night, and you know, we got to talking, nothing crazy, just casual conversation. Gave him my number. And then when I gave D my number, D's girlfriend started texting me, saying all this crazy stuff. And the way her social media is set up, it's private. And I couldn't really see what she looked like. But she used to just harass me and text me basically saying how she want to beat me up. Da-da-da. I'm not with all that rah-rah. Like, girl, you want to fight? We can fight. Meet me. Let's do this. Da-da-da-da. Girl was weird. One day she came to my job and she was like, you know, pop all this and you scared. Girl, I don't even know what the fuck you look like. If you came to my job, why you just do something? But she did all that. When she left my job, she started inboxing me just to basically tell me, you know, I'm pretty and fuck these niggas. I could pull up the messages right now, but I'm not gonna be that messy. This is not what the story about. But this same female goes to tell him like, oh yeah, be careful messing with her because of X, Y, and Z. And again, I will share why X, Y, and Z. This is a different story. I need to focus on this story. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked. Like, my life be a movie. Like, this shit don't be real. Like, it just does not be real to me sometimes. Like, how did I get here? Anyways, so Shorty done told him this, that, and the third, and it kind of put a damper on things in the mood. Because why are you even letting another female sit here down talk me? As my man, I feel like you're supposed to defend my honor. Another red flag for me. Like, he was just on weird timing. Like, so anyways, the energy done changed. I'm also sad. I was also underlying sad because I'm not spending the holidays with my family. Like, I'm spending it with you and your family. And I really just don't feel like the holiday spirit. 7-11 on the timer as I should be. So we go through that whole spiel. And then, I want to say this is the same night. Anyways, somewhere in this fiasco, we're trying not to beef about that, and we booed up, you know. And my twin, when I say twin, I'm talking about my twin flame. My twin flame calls my phone on, you know, no caller, star 67. But I didn't know who it was. And he picks up my phone. And my twin is on the phone. And them two go at it, you know. All this macho man shit. And they get to arguing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ghetto. Like, that should not have even went there. Like, So yeah, them two, they have an exchange. Da, 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 da. The mood is ruined. Like, officially ruined. At this point, I don't even fucking with my twin. Like, my twin did some stuff, so I let him go. Again, I moved on with this karmic really, really fast. I jumped out of that relationship and jumped into this one. Dumb. Please have a healing process. Like, I don't care. The devil does not come in like this. I'm sorry. The line that was messing me up. The devil doesn't come in like dark stuff that'll scare you away. It'll come in beautiful packages that'll have you wrapped around your finger. That's how that karmic came. Like I said, he was sending me roses, you know what I'm saying? Talking sweet. He knew about spiritual things. We were having conversations. Like, it was just almost fairy tale. Anyways, it was too good to be true. Point. Anyway, so after that, the mood between us was ruined. And I just kept telling myself, you know, 9/11 on the timer. The best part about, you know, this trip with his son, because I never had a soul recognition with a child like that. Like, it was different. It was even like when we didn't fly back from, I'm in Virginia, so we didn't fly back from Florida to Virginia because he used to live in Florida and he wanted to pick his stuff up, pick his truck up. So we drove back in his truck, And it was just like me and his son had this connection. When I really knew, okay, I'm not tripping, we took a stop at a truck stop. He got him out the car to go play with this little ball set he was playing with, and I was gonna sit in the car and smoke or whatever, so they can have, you know, father-son time. But then he was like, the karmic came to me and was like, you know, why you in the car? You know, my son wants you out the car to come play too. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get out the car and we start playing. Mind you, his son is still sick, so he felt good for that moment. But then I could tell that his son was getting sleepy. But me and his son, I don't know, me and his son had this eye thing. So his son looked at me and I could just see him communicating with me through his eyes. And I was like, yeah, come on, you're tired, you're ready to go, come on, you know what I'm saying? We can get back in the car. It was just like, it's just one of them things I can't really explain. You just had to be there in the moment with me. But it was the way his eyes spoke to me and the smirk he had to let me know, like, yeah, you get me and I get you. You're not crazy. I see the same thing you're seeing. So, best part about the trip was his son. Other than that, I had a horrible time with the karmic, like, honestly. Anyways, so we're on 111 as I'm looking. So we're on our way back to Virginia, and he's just starting conversations that are gonna lead to arguments. Mind you, he has a son, so I don't want to argue in front of his son, so I'm shutting down. I'm not saying anything, so I guess that bothers him. I don't remember what state we were in at the point, but he pulls the car over like a madman, like, not like discreetly, he needs to get gas, no, none of that. He pulls the car over like a madman. Car felt like it's down there on 2 wheels, and we're at this truck stop, gas station, whatever, and he starts going off, and I'm like, can we talk about this later? You know what I'm saying? Your son is in the back, and every time you start talking, he starts crying. So I really don't want to talk, because that's what I'm noticing. Like, his son is picking up on the energy, and I don't want to project that energy on his son. So I'm trying to just be quiet and keep the peace, 12-12. But he did not like that. Like, he wanted to be argumentative. I guess he felt like I was rejecting him. So I just go to sleep. Like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm here to get back to Virginia, and I'm going about my motherfucking business. So finally, we get back to Virginia. Here we are. It's like 5, 6 in the morning, and he still wants to argue with me. At this point, I'm trying to talk to him like a normal human being, but then he was just suggesting us break up, and I was like, why every time we have a disagreement? At this point, I'm fed up and I'm over it. Like, why every time we have a disagreement, your first thing is to break up? So I'm at this point, like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? We can break up. But before that, he was still trying to get in an argument, and I was like, we can talk about this later, because your son is right. Your son is right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm adamant on not having this conversation in front of his son, because his son is picking up on the energy. Every time, like, he starts getting aggressive with his tone, his son starts crying. I don't like that. I don't play about people's kids. I don't play about kids, period. So I don't want to argue in front of his son whatsoever. So this upsets him, and we at a hotel. We didn't even go back home yet. 13:33 at the time. We just got off the road. And he basically, like, mind you, at 6 in the morning, I'm like 40 minutes from home. So we're not even all the way back. I'm 40 minutes from my house. And he basically like, get out. He's like, I'm gonna call you an Uber. I have never, like, been so disregarded or disrespected by a man. I felt triggered. I felt super triggered. Like, how dare you? The fuck? If you don't know me, I'm a daddy's girl. Like, my dad has set the tone for how men have treated me. Even though me and my twin flame went through things, I just know there are certain things my twin flame would never do to me. So the tone has really, really been set for high for how men treat me. So for him to do that, I I was appalled, and I'm not gonna lie, it triggered me. I snapped because I have been keeping it inside and holding it in and trying to be civil this whole fucking trip. I snapped. So when I went outside to go, you know, wait for the Uber or whatever, I didn't even wait for the Uber. I said, fuck that Uber. You know what I'm saying? I don't need shit for you. I snapped. So I told him I was gonna fuck up his car. It was like this crowbar outside. And I thought about fucking up his car. But for one, I don't like to touch people's stuff, because don't touch my stuff. I'm not gonna fuck your stuff. I'm not one of those girls who go bleach clothes, do this, that, and the third. I don't judge you if that's to you. If somebody gets you triggered to that point, you know what I'm saying? I understand it. It is what it is. However, I don't condone it. It's not something I do. Now, I done broke a phone before, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I got keyed in the moment when that gent came through the phone and snatched his phone on the hand and just threw it. But not like, anyways. I don't like touching people's stuff. And then I also thought about, again, he has his son with him, so let me cool out. However, I'm still mad. And I want to piss him off too. So I text him, you know, basically I thought I was gonna fuck up his car. I don't think he ever texted me back or anything like that. So like 20 or 30 minutes later, he comes outside with his son, knowing his son is sick. Mind you, it's December, it's the winter. This is like 20 or 30 minutes later. You come outside with your son, knowing your son is sick, and starts being aggressive, and I get triggered all over again. So I pick up the crowbar and I'm like, I'm finna fuck up your car. But again, 1611, common sense hits me like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill out. However, this man is trying to fight me with his son in his arms. Like, this is how much is a psychopath. You care more about material things than you care about your child's well-being. If it was me, I'm already put up in the hotel. If you fuck up my car, you know what I'm saying? Crazy bitch, you fuck up my car. I'm gonna get somebody else to handle that. I'm not gonna come outside into drama with my child. Because if I fucked up the car, what was it going to solve anyways? What were you gonna come outside and magically do? No, I would have stayed put up with my sick child. But this man comes out the hotel with his sick child in tow. Not only with his sick child on his hip, try to fight me with his child in his arms. Now I'm really triggered. So in the car is a truck. He packed up all his stuff from Florida, and he had like a whole bunch of clothes in trash bags, 1711 on the timer. So I started ripping over the trash bags and started throwing his clothes all over the lawn because I'm mad. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna fuck up the truck, but I'm mad. Like, I need a way to release this energy. So I started ripping up the bags that had his clothes in it and started ripping it all over the lawn. One of the bags I ripped open had his son clothes in it, 1733 on the timer. Now I felt bad, but I was already in the heat of the moment. So I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's clothes. I'm not touching your child and doing nothing to your child. It's closed. I'm already mad. Apparently, you don't care about your son and your son's well-being. If you come outside knowing he's sick and try to fight me with your child in your arms. So at this point, it was like, okay, you don't care that much. Fuck. But then he was like, you know, I see I got my son. I mean, me and his son have this eye thing. I see his soul recognition. I started looking at his son, and he just genuinely looked confused. So that immediately like checked me. Like, nah, you know, chill out. Relax yourself. So I sit on the curb. I call my own ride to come get me. I sit on the curb and I wait for my ride to come get me. It's like 30 minutes to an hour later before my ride comes get me while I'm sitting outside in the curb. This man is still outside in the cold with his child. I just when I'm sitting down, I'm not even bothering you. Even when you first came out here, you seen your car won't fucked up. Like, currently I'm just mad and in my feelings, you know. But I didn't do anything to you. Why are you still outside with your child? It's a whole 30 minutes through an hour after I didn't calm down. He's still sitting outside in his truck. Mind you, the heat in his truck don't work. So, and I don't even think he's turned it on. Turned the car on anyways. So he's sitting outside in this cold ass car with his child, knowing his child is sick for 30 minutes to an hour. And I bring this up because this is so important. Now, the only thing I can say I did to his son was throw his son clothes all over the ground. However, he picked his son clothes up. But outside of that, I didn't do anything to his son. He decided to be toxic and spiteful with his son. So, to wrap this all up and bring this into the magic. Again, trigger warning. After that day, I never spoke to this man again. I think I reached out to him once and I was like, quick question, and he left me on red. So I don't know. It was like, fuck it, you know, it is what it is. Leave it where it is. However, in January of this year, something was energetically pulling me to reach out to him. And I did. I unblocked him, sent him a follow request on Instagram, and I didn't say anything. I just sent a follow request. I didn't expect 2022 on the timer. I didn't even expect him to accept it. Like, I don't know what was energetically pulling me to him. Like, it was just so really random. But something said, you know, okay. So he messaged me and was like, what brings you here? And I still have the messages. I have screenshots in my phone, 2044. Anyways, I have screenshots of these messages in my phone. But I don't even feel like bringing them up. So I'm gonna give you the gist of it. Basically, you know, what brings you here? And basically no reason. Because I can't tell you what brought me here because it was just like some energetic pull. Anyways, I apologized to him. I was like, I want to apologize to you and your son for, you know, how I acted that night. He was basically like, I don't accept apologies in person, you know, be a woman about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have no problem. Because especially, again, at this point in my life, I'm really into my Bible. I'm really not pushing out nothing but love and light. And I really did act a fool that night. I could have just, you know, left and went home. It's 21:33 on the time. I feel like if I left and went home, this still wouldn't have changed the fate of the traumatic experience. However, I wouldn't have anything that would weigh on my conscience. So yeah, he was like, yeah, let's meet this day and time. I'm like, cool. We didn't talk no more after that, which was strange for somebody who wanted to meet me. But you know, I let it go because, you know, he probably did have a grudge how I went off that night. But then after that, I kept getting downloads of like basically beware of smiling faces. I don't care how somebody nice come off, you know, don't trust them. I kept getting downloads about that. I kept getting downloads about it, but I just didn't understand how that applied in my life. At that point, I really didn't cut off a whole lot of people. Ain't nobody but me and my cousin that I'm close to, for real. And I'm like, I know it ain't her, so. And it's like, I was like, okay, maybe this applies to work. But I was like, I don't even care about these people at work. You know, I'm staying on the straight and narrow, so whatever they do, it ain't gonna affect my employment. So I just didn't understand how that energy, and I didn't, again, after my birthday, I kind of went off the path. I wasn't like journaling the way I was. I wasn't tapped in the way I was supposed to. Also, God told me to step away from all this spiritual stuff, you know, just focus on him. So there was no spiritual hygiene neither. So this is how this relates to magic. I'm about to get into this black magic about it, but I had to tell this story. So yeah, he's like, meet him. So the day comes to meet him, and when I pull up there at the address, something pulled me to be somewhere else. Like, I kept saying, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm about to pull off, like, fuck it, because he had me waiting for a little minute. And I kept saying, fuck it, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to pull off. But I never pulled off because in my head, I'm like, you know, I thought we used to love each other. Like, maybe, you know, we could be friends and, you know, just talk. I'm like, yeah, you know. I was looking, 2344, I was looking forward to mental stimulation. And I'm like, you know, he would be good for that, you know. He's a masculine where we can talk about certain things that I can't talk about with other people. So I thought, you know, we could just have a good conversation and let bygones be bygones. But I kept getting this pull, like to pull off, and I did not pull off. So where I was parked, I was parked on the side street, And when he finally did pull up, he had somebody else in the car with him, but I didn't pay it much mind. What he told me was like a party was going on. So to see somebody extra in the car, like it didn't really click with me, like it wasn't a red flag. But where I was parked, he was like, you know, you can park over here instead. Which should have been another red flag. At this particular place, a lot of people get their ass beat. There's no cameras right there. A lot of people I know get jumped and set up right there because for this 2444. But this still did not click with me. I pulled into this parking lot, and the parking lot was empty for a party to be going on. Like on the side street, it gave party energy. In the parking lot, it didn't get party energy. And it was like, where the fuck is all these people? Another red flag. I'm hard-headed. Please do not ignore the signs of God is talking to you and telling you something repeatedly. Sit down and take the time to figure out what he is telling you. God may be trying to protect you for something that could take your life, for real. So I pull into the parking lot and he hops out the car. He meets me at my car door. There's just another air of weird energy, and I just thought, you know, I haven't seen him in a while, and the last time we spoke, it wasn't a pleasant interaction. So again, this is traumatic, so I remember certain things that stuck out to me. So he came to the car, I got out of the car, he gave me a hug, and we were just talking, and he had this sinister smirk on his face, and asked what happened to my other car. By this time I had a new car. During this time period of me not talking to him, I had lost my car. And then with the curtain car out, I had like weird shit kept happening to it, like little shit. And I'd be like, how the fuck did that happen? So when he said that, it really stuck out to me. And I was like, has this motherfucker been doing magic on me for me to lose my core? But as quickly as the thought came, it left my head. Anyways, he asked me that I smoke. At this time, I'm getting fasting. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. I'm not indulging in anything I deem to be low vibrational. Very sober lifestyle. But I'm like, nah, but you know, I don't, he's with somebody else. I know he's like, you want to come? I don't smoke, but I don't mind, you know, whatever, kicking in with y'all while y'all do what y'all do. You know, I just want to talk, you know. I really just genuinely wanted to apologize because at this point I'm growing in my spiritual journey, and any wrongs I feel like I may have did, I just wanted to right them because that no longer reflected the woman I am today. Like, I'm a hothead, like I'm quick to go off. I don't care if you hurt my feelings, I'm really going to go off, and I don't care how it affects the person I go off on or anybody else around me. So he goes to the car, matches another person in the car. It is a girl. I don't pay her no mind. Another red flag, like her hair was wrapped up like in a scarf or something, and I'm thinking a party, but again, I don't know if it's a family function, whatever, and it just totally goes over my head. So my back is turned and I'm talking to him, and I feel something hit me in the back of my head. Now this is significant. Like a couple days before this, again, God was giving me signs. I had a dream, and him and his son was in this dream, and in the dream I get hit in the back of my head. Like I get hit this dream felt real. Like I woke up out my dream and I was like, ow, you know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those. I woke up out my dream. Like I done had very vivid dreams, but I have not had a dream that felt real like that in damn near 10 years. Like I really physically felt somebody hit me in the back of my head in this dream. So here we are. Meet up him thinking we're gonna have a real, you know, a real nigga conversation. This bitch done hit me and snuck me in the back of my head, and it don't hurt. So I look back and I'm confused, like and I look at him and he's like, oh, you thought shit was sweet. So, you know, me and her started throwing them, and I heard God say, sit down. So I immediately sat down. Fuck fighting. And I'm not gonna lie, I also had just got my nails done. So I was like, fuck fighting. And I'm like, this bitch hits really ain't on shit. So I could take a couple of her punches. Fuck it, I'm gonna sit down. I'm a girly girl as fuck. I don't care. Like, I didn't want to break my nails. Like, I didn't sign up to come fight. Like, yeah, fuck that. You could beat me up. Call me a bitch ass nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm not breaking my nails that I just paid for. Them shit's gonna hurt. Have you ever get to fighting right after you got your nails done? That shit hurts. Really bad. Fuck that. I'm like, I'm not breaking my nails. I was mad as shit too. I was like, if I knew this was gonna happen, I would have never got my nails done today. I could have waited till the next day to get my nails done. Hell no, my nails is cute as fuck. I was not bringing them bitches. Fuck that. And I have been growing my real nails out too as well. Like, I was really proud of how my real nails were growing out. So I never have it on. Fuck that. But anyways, that's beside the point. I heard guys say, sit down. Stop and sit down. Stop, sit down. Literally. I let the girl beat me out. She didn't do shit to my face. She didn't do shit to my face. But she was hitting me all in the back of my head. And he was like, you thought shit was sweet. You had my son outside in the cold. And when he said that, I was genuinely like fucking confused. Like, nigga, you had your son outside in the cold. I didn't bring him outside. You bring him outside. Even if I did fuck up your car, what could you have done to fix your car from being fucked up? You still bring your son outside in the cold. You tried to fight me. Don't act like you give a fuck about your son now. You did this shit your whole trip disregarding your son feelings is how I feel. I don't give a fuck. If this nigga come across this shit, and baby mama, family, friends, I don't give a fuck who comes across this shit. This shit my truth. He can tell his story, but this is the motherfucking truth. So, I'm 3111 on the timer. This motherfucker goes to proceed. It was like, yeah, you thought shit was sweet. You had my son outside in the cold. Da-da-da-da. So I'm genuinely fucking confused. Like, nigga, you would have thought I beat his son the way this nigga did me. So the girl goes, babe, I'm tired. You know, get her. So shorty goes to jump back in the car. And this man proceeds to brutally beat me. And all I hear guys saying is, sit down. Sit down. I got you, sit down. And I felt like if I had genuinely fought back, that man probably would have killed me that night. This man looked like he was possessed. Like, he had a sinister look in his eyes. He legit looked possessed. Like a fucking psychopath. Brutally beat me. Like, punching me. Mind you, the man, he wide back bitch. Grown man punching me. Closed fist jump too. To the face. I don't feel none of that shit. Like, when my adrenaline is going, I don't feel none of it. So in my head, like, I'm more emotionally appalled than anything. Like, I'm crying. He probably thought I was crying because, you know, he's beating my ass. But I'm just a girl. Like, same way I didn't want to fight because all I could think about was, oh my God, my face. Like, I'm crying because I'm thinking like my face is gonna be fucked up. What is that fighter? What is her name? Amanda. You know how she popped all that shit and her face was fucked up after the fight. The weight again is grown as a man. I'm thinking my face is gonna look like that, bruh. So I'm crying because of that. Like, I'm sick. Like, why would you do that to my face? Like, I'm in love with myself. When it comes to looks, I'm definitely obsessed with myself. 133. So I'm really crying. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I was begging him to stop. Like, for one, I know I can't beat him. For two, God is telling me don't fight back. And again, I felt like if I fight back, this man was going to kill me. I feel like his main goal was to hurt me that night and to see me fight back. That means I'm not hurt, so that doesn't satisfy your anger. So finally, he stops. And then he's like, babe, pop the trunk. So at this point, one, I'm kind of mad. I was like, shit, if I'm gonna die right here, I mean, I'm saying I might as well have fought back fucking else at this point. But I laid there and accepted my fate. And I was like, as a person, I don't have kids. So I know people don't play about their kids. However, I don't feel like I did anything to his child. I didn't put my hands on his child. I didn't tell him to bring his child out into the cold. I feel like, if anything, I tried to keep the peace that whole trip out of protection for his child. Anyways, he was like, babe, pop the trunk. So I'm thinking, like, you know, this is it for me. This is the end. So in my head, I just started praying, you know. I accepted my fate. Like, if you feel like this was your divine justice, who am I to say it's not? And I'm like, God, here, letting it happen. So maybe I did deserve this shit. I mean, I don't feel like, you know, this wasn't even an eye for an eye. This was like literally, you know what I'm saying, a pinch for my soul. But it was okay. All right. I just laid there and started praying. This man comes back from the trunk with a bag full of shit. I don't mean like shit, like things, like literally shit. A bag full of shit, and he tries to stuff it in my mouth. Like, he's smushing it all over my face, and I'm just gagging at this point. So now it's getting in my mouth, and I felt so low, like so low, so disgusted, so I'm sorry, y'all. This is my first time really telling the story. Imagine I'm finna put this on YouTube, and I don't know who's finna come across it, but oh well, this began. And that still wasn't enough. He could still continue to punch me in my face and started kicking me in my ribs and stomach and all of that. At this time, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not a crier. So I'm trying to collect my shit. And he's beating my ass. I had long knot. If y'all know me, I love long ghetto shit. My knotless are to my ankles, and he's just dragging me across the pavement and shit. Grabs rocks. And I'm just still begging him to stop. Like, and he's just adamant, like, no, you did this to my son, you did this to my son. And I'm just baffled, because what the fuck did I do to your son other than rip open a bag that had his clothes in it and put it all over the lawn? Mind you, I didn't know that it was his son's clothes in that bag until I actually started pulling the clothes out the bag. But he was like, yeah, you had my son outside in the cold. And that's what he said. That's why he did what he did. He was like, I had his son outside in the cold. And through it all, I was still just confused. How the fuck did I have your son outside in the cold? You had your son outside in the cold. You cared more about your car than your son. But then, and it was cars passing, and I was just like, man, can somebody just help me, please? The fuck? This nigga is beating my ass. And again, closed fist jump. At this point, I'm standing up, and I just felt like both of them hit like a bitches. You a grown ass man. I'm talking about closed fist to the face. I ain't once fall nor fold. The only time I was on the ground was when I chose to be on the ground. You a bitch ass nigga. True bitch ass nigga. And if I didn't feel like you would kill me, I would have wore your ass out of that bitch. Stamp. I'm little as hell. I'm 5'1". Around this time, I weighed maybe $130 soaking wet. You hear me? Closed fish joint, and I don't even flinch or fall. Nah, I know you ain't no shit, bitch ass nigga. Anyways, that man did all of that. And then I just sit back and reflect on that situation and how shit kept fucking up with my car. And I felt like this man did black magic. I felt like he worked with a practitioner to send death spells on me, specifically with my car, dealing with travel, because this happened on a vacation. Dealing with travel. And I don't feel like this man beat my ass the way he did because of his son. I feel like he beat my ass because I rejected him and I did not want to be with him, and that angered him and upset him. That's why I feel like he did what he did. Because to wait a whole year later to do what you did, that won't because of your son. You could have got your baby mama to beat me up. You could have got your girl cousins, your mama, whoever to see me as soon as the incident happened. If you felt like I really violated and disrespected your son, no, I feel like you did this because I rejected you. And now because you did that, there comes consequences with everything. But I'll get my divine justice. It's cool. and you doing what you did, like him doing what he did, I got back right with God, because I told y'all straight off the path. I wasn't doing my spiritual hygiene. I was praying, like verbally praying, but I wasn't journaling. But I got back right with God. So even that happened how it happened, it brought me back to God. So there's a blessing in every lesson. So for those of you who are still here, stuck around through my story, please don't feel bad for me. I'm a survivor. I have been through so much in life. I just no longer have a victim mentality. In that moment, yeah, I felt like a victim, but after a while, I know how to dust myself off, and I know how to triumph like a real life warrior. So thank you to those who stuck around and you're still listening and you're here with me. I appreciate you. I can feel somebody crying and wanting to send me hugs. I'm hugging you back, baby. It's all love and light. Look at me, face pretty as fuck. I wish, I can't say I don't know how to. I don't have my computer to edit videos to give y'all like what my face look like then and what my face look like now. The way, and I told you, I'm just a girl. The way I thought my face looked, that was the main reason I was only crying. Like, I'm like face, and then when I actually seen what my face looked like, I'm like, damn, that nigga ain't put in no work. I would hate to see you fight a grown man. 44. Anyways, I'm going to lighten the mood. So how this may resonate with your life. If I'm a very self-accountable person, so when things start to go wrong, where's the lesson in this? Okay, what did I do for me to possibly have this type of karma? Like, if you're having bad days after bad days, and you know you have been doing nothing but putting out good energy into the universe, you know, you have been a positive contribution to society, you've been really depressed, but you don't essentially have anything to be depressed over, but you've been really depressed. That could be a sign that somebody is doing magic on you. And again, how to battle this, have a relationship with God. The signs I feel like this man is doing magic on me, like I said, there was this look he gave me. He was like, oh, so you got in a car. It was just real sinister. Like, there is also another download, but due to the respect of somebody else, I'm not going to talk about this download that also gave me a confirmation. But yeah, stuff just kept happening with my car, like weird stuff. Like, you can't open my gas tank unless you pull the little lever inside. And I got in my car one day and it was just broke. And I was on my way to work. I had no gas, no nothing. I stopped at the gas station before I go to work. And I'm like, how the fuck? I can't open my gas tank. And it'll be just little shit like that. And it was like every time I got in the car, something was wrong with it. Just little minor shit. Nothing big. Just little minor ass shit with the car. Mind you, there was nothing wrong with this car. I feel like this car was a blessing for God. I went through a period where I kind of lost everything and I had to start back over. And I didn't even, when I got the car, I didn't even expect to get the car. I went to go get a rental, and then I realized like how much rentals had went up, and I'm like, well, fuck. Might well buy a car. But I didn't have like enough. I think I had like $1,200 to spare. But the lady, the car rental lady, me and her, I've got rentals from them before. So me and her have built a rapport. She's a really sweet lady. I heard she's going through some health issues. So collective, if you are a prayer, I'm like, can I get my prayer warriors to send some love and light to her? But anyways, yeah, she was like, you know, maybe you can get the person who owns the lot to sell you a car. Don't hurt to ask. Well, I think she asked. I'm like, what you got out there that she can, you know what I'm saying, buy? Again, I done business with them, and I always did square business, good business. Anytime I do business, it's always good. I always build a good rapport. And he was like, yeah, you know, $1,200. You can drive off the lot with this. This is a good car. He took me on a test run, all this great stuff. I like the way the car run, the ride, all that stuff. And I bought the car, $1,200. He was just basically like, I just only owe him another $1,000. You know, bring it when you got it. Square business. So I feel like there's a car from God, because earlier that day I was like, God, basically, should I focus on, you know, moving into a new home, or should I get a car? And God was like, you know, stay where you at for right now. I got a mission for you right here. However, go ahead and get a new car. And I was gonna like put a down payment on a car, you know, car payments. I had $1,200 as well. Didn't think I was gonna buy a car that worked and ran good for $1,200, but you know, there we are. Anyways, that's really weird. Maybe somebody has been having car issues and you don't know how you're gonna get it done. You want to get a little bit of money. Like, stop closing yourself off to ways God can make it happen for you. For all you know, somebody can gift you with a car. For all you know, you can go in, only got $1,000. I'm hearing $600. For somebody right here, you only got $600 to buy a car. God will make it happen for you. Trust and believe in God. For others of you, you just been experiencing little stuff, or you already know people are throwing magic at you. Please take care of your spiritual hygiene and make sure that you are praying to God. So when I got the dag, I've been here for almost 2 hours and I really ain't even got into the messages. I think I'm gonna make a part 2 to this. So I feel like the energy got heavy. I got a whole bunch of downloads yesterday. So yeah, it's gonna be a part 2 and 3. So I want to get all these messages out because I got hit back to back with these downloads. So I prayed to God and, you know, asked him to protect me from anybody throwing black magic at me, and, you know, from all evil and all harm and dismay. And when I did that, I was led to Psalms 109. And if this ain't hit me like a ton of bricks, so if you are experienced and feel like somebody is throwing really, really dark black magic at you, read this psalm. So Psalm 109 reads, "My God, whom I praise, do not remain silent. For people who are wicked and deceitful have opened their mouths against me. They have spoken against me with lying tongues. With words of hatred they surround me. They attack me without cause. In return for my friendship they accuse me. But I am a man of prayer. They repay me evil for good and hatred for my friendship. Appoint me someone evil to oppose my enemy. Let an accuser stand at his right hand. When he is tried, let him be found guilty, and may his prayers condemn him. May his days be few. May another take his place of leadership. May his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. May his children be wandering beggars. May they be driven from their ruined homes. May a creditor seize all he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his labor. May no one extend kindness to him, or take pity on his fatherless children. May his descendants be cut off, the names blotted out from the next generation. May the inequity of his fathers be remembered before the Lord. May the sin of his mother never be blotted out. May their sins always remain before the Lord, that he may blot out their name from the earth. For he never thought of doing a kindness, but he hounded to death the poor and the needy and the brokenhearted. He loved to pronounce a curse. May it come back on him. He found no pleasure in blessing. May it be far from him. He wore cursing as his garment. It entered into his body like water, into his bones like oil. May it be a cloak wrapped about him, like a belt tied forever around him. May this be the Lord's repayment to my accusers, to those who speak evil of me. But you, sovereign Lord, help me for your name's sake. Out of the goodness of your love, deliver me. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I fade away like an evening shadow. I am shaken off like a locust. My knees give away from fasting. My body is thin and gone. I am an object of scorn to my accusers. When they see me, they shake their heads. Help me, Lord my God. Save me according to your unfailing love. Let them know that it is your hand, that you, Lord, have done it. While they curse, may you bless. May those who attack me be put to shame. But may your servant rejoice. May my accusers be clothed with disgrace and wrapped in shame as in a cloak. With my mouth I will greatly extol the Lord. In the great throng of worshipers I will praise him. For he stands at the right hand of the needy to save their lives from those who condemn them. And if that was an affirmation and confirmation that God got me, God got you. If you can relate or resonate with this message in any type of way, know that you are covered. You are super covered. God loves you. God got you. Take care of your spiritual hygiene. Make sure that you talk to God. I've been here almost 2 hours. For those who are non-believers who have to see the cards for the message to resonate, let's get into it. Before we get into it, I just talked about something really, really dark. So I just want to cleanse my energy. I don't want to project what I went through into the messages. So This can be really messages for y'all. That was my experience that I felt like I needed to share, that somebody out here who can relate to. So this is for you. Let's cleanse your energy too, boo. I don't think my window is open, and I should have got up and opened my windows. No, you know, low vibrational energy just running in a circle. That's probably why my sage never burns like this. Maybe it might smoke a little bit. Like when I'm cleansing my cards, and by the time I pack up all my cards and put them back in the box, it goes out. So the fact that it's burning lets me know. All right, there's a little energy that's heavy in here. Don't mind my socks in the bed. I was cleaning up. And I'm mad I just got on my bed like that. I didn't think about that until I set my ass back down. So now I have to wash my covers before I get in bed. But in it, cleansing. So also, like I've been saying, first way to protect yourself. If you feel like people are throwing magic at you, whether it's something little as beauty spells or something as big as death magic, pray and have a relationship with God. So, Father, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Give us each our daily bread. Forgive us of our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation. And protect us from all forms of harm and evil. And if anybody is sending us black magic, Lord God, I leave it in your hands for you to deal with them. I know that your divine judgment will never be wrong. Lord God, please strengthen my discernment and up my spiritual protection, so nothing ever thrown at me can touch me. In your holy and precious name I pray. Amen. So, I was led to Job 20:11, which is quite interesting. When I first went on my H's, I was led to this verse like almost every day, and I didn't get it at first. I was like, God, what did I do? What did I mean keep doing it in this verse? But now I feel like God is getting me to say this, because energetically, this is gonna be this man's punishment. It is what it is. So Job 20:11 through 29 goes, the youthful vigor that fills his bones will lie with him in the dust. Though evil is sweet in his mouth and he has it under his tongue, though he cannot bear to let it go and lets it linger in his mouth, yet his food will turn sour in his stomach. It will become the venom of serpents within him. He will spit out the riches he swallowed. God will make his stomach vomit them up. He will suck the poison of serpents. The fangs of an adder will kill him. He will not enjoy the streams and rivers flowing with honey and cream. What he toiled for, he must give back uneaten. He will not enjoy the profit from his trading. For he has oppressed the poor and left them destitute. He has seized houses he did not build. Surely he will have no respite from his cravings. He cannot save himself by his treasure. Nothing is left for him to devour. His prosperity will not endure. In the midst of his plenty, distress will overtake him. The full force of misery will come upon him. When he has filled his belly, God will vent his burning anger against him and rain down his blows on him. Though he flees from an iron weapon, a bronze-tipped arrow pierces him. He pulls it out of his back, the gleaming point of his liver. Terrors will come over him. Total darkness lies in what waits for his treasures. A fire unfanned will consume him and devour what is left in his tent. The heavens will expose his guilt. The earth will rise up against him. A flood will carry off his house. Rushing waters on the day of God's wrath. Such is the fate God allots the wicked, the heritage appointed for them by God. When you were chosen one, God don't play about you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. I'm hearing from the ashes a phoenix rises. So your brother did what he did. And somebody may have did something to you. You may have been in an abusive relationship. I just heard carjack. If you've been put in that scenario, I just heard defending a friend's honor. I just heard my father. Whatever situation you were in, and somebody was possessed with so much evil and hatred where they broke you down and beat you, know that your justice is coming. Know that God has plans to prosper you, plans of a hope and a future. Spiritual court is taking place. For those of you who are into astrology, Saturn retrograde is right around the corner. You're about to see people's true colors. For those of you who feel like you didn't get what you deserved, or these people who have done you harm are out here living their best life, just know this is going to be a time of revealing. This is going to be a time of justice, because God got the last say so. I'm hearing vengeance is not yours, it's the Lord's. And let me tell you something. When God spins the block and hands out judgment, it does not compare to when you take things into your own hand. It's like pinching somebody when God really want to hit them with a car. And if you resonate with my exact story, word for word, again, I'm not projecting nothing on nobody. I'm telling you the downloads I got and how I relate to these downloads. But I'm definitely getting a collective energy that there is black magic being thrown. Again, like you can resonate with the other story I said, you are in a twin flame soulmate journey and you have karmics throwing magic at your relationship, don't want to see y'all come into union. Or you have a very bitter and angry ex who rejected you, who does not wish you well. And I'm hearing you think it's a certain ex, and the whole time it's not that ex. It's the one that you would least expect. I'm getting the image of Joe and you in the show You. It's that one. Look at Joe. He works at a library. He's a quiet, nerdy dude. You don't expect him to be a whole fucking psychopath killing bitches. No. But that's the one you need to look out for. Beware of smiling faces. That's the message. Beware of smiling faces. So, I'm going to pull some cards for y'all because again, I feel like somebody here needs confirmation. My story ain't enough. You got to see it. So, Spirit of Truth. Is there anything else that the collective may need to hear? Is there any other details that pertain to them that may be important? The Seven of Cups. Somebody is trying to cause confusion in your life. They are causing illusions. They're trying to mess with your intuition. They are trying to take you away from the path that you are supposed to be on. If you have been heavy in your emotions and you can't understand why you're in your emotions, you just know that you're feeling down and you're feeling heavy and you just don't understand what your purpose is. Pray and talk to God. If you look closer at this card, this man has his finger on the little thing that has a ladder on it. Yes. Go up and talk to the Most High. God got you. I'm also getting, this doesn't have to just be for a female. So my fellas, if you're watching this, you could, yeah, be a man. You could be Caucasian, you know, you have hair like this. If you wear hats, you have a pet snake. You can work in construction. I just heard exterminator. Take it as it resonates. Your favorite color could be blue. You could live on the East Coast. You love water. You wear an Apple Watch. Sorry, I'm not trying to shake the camera. I'm not trying to shake my phone. Seven of Swords, yeah. Okay, again, I'm not a tarot card reader, and I'm getting into the message to read it this way. Ravens are one of my spirit guides. They come to deliver me messages. This is ways when I get feathers. It's a way of just reminding me that I am protected. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck, you know. But Seven of Swords speaks of, you know, deception, betrayal, backstabbing, being defensive. Like, even though this negative energy is surrounding you, is in your space, know that you are still divinely guided and protected. Just listen to your intuition and your inner wisdom and the messages that are being delivered to you. Okay? I'm also getting this download that somebody lives in New York. Like, if you live in New York and you're from Brooklyn, this message is specifically for you. Okay? This could have happened in the winter for you too. Like, and the story doesn't have to play out. Again, energy is energy. Like, I'm just telling stuff from my perspective, and the story doesn't have to play out. But like, I'm getting like something happened in the winter for you too. So, the Strength card. Just know, you don't have to be a victim. You can be a survivor. I'm getting... Hold on, let me put these cards down. I'm gonna get slow. I'm getting... Alright. So, have you ever had dreams where you're being attacked and you try to fight and it's just going and you can't fight? Or you have a gun and it don't shoot? The way to defend yourself in those dreams is a sword. That is how you battle spiritual warfare in your dream state, with a sword. All the other stuff is not going to work. And I bring this to relevance because this goat right here, and I just heard Sword of David. So, know that you are protected. You are well equipped to fight this spiritual warfare. And if you're not, just know that your spirit team is there guiding you. I get somebody that really relates to animals. You might have a lot of animals. You could live on a farm. Here you go, the sun again. It's like in the background. God is guiding you. I feel like somebody wears an amethyst necklace around their neck. I'm also getting on your arms to wear a bracelet. You could be a Leo. The person who did this could be a Leo. I know the person who did what they did to me is a Leo. However, be strong. Your test will be your testimony. Speak your truth. I'm getting like for lions, like they already know they're the king of the jungle. Like, the way they stride, the way they walk around like they own that. Like, you need to embody some of that energy, that I am energy. And this yellow is bringing me back to the solar plexus chakra. You need to work on healing your solar plexus chakra. I feel like when that event happened, however it applies to you, it made you really insecure. It made you doubt yourself. It made you feel like you're not worthy. It made you feel like you were dirty. I get it. I was there. But just remember, you are not what you went through. And you have the pen to write your own destiny with God, of course. You can be the victim or you can be the survivor. The choice is yours. Just know God loves you and he's there no matter what your perspective is, but he's trying to get you to see the brighter side of things. Followed by the 4 of Cups. Look, God is right here trying to give you a blessing, trying to renew your energy, trying to bring you back to him. But it's like you're ignoring it. You're still crying over these empty cups that have wasted. You still stuck on that event that happened. It's like you trapped in on that day, and it just plays in your mind over and over and over. I heard cassette tape, VCR, movie. I'm giving it back. Like, it plays over in your mind like an old movie. Like, over. It just keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, like it's in a loop. God is trying to bring you out of that energy. He wants to heal you. He wants to give you abundance. But it's like you won't listen to your intuition and the messages that are being bestowed upon you. It's a freaking rainbow. Look at the hand. Like, God's hand. It's a freaking rainbow. You know the omens with rainbow. It's a freaking rainbow coming out of the cup, and you're just ignoring it. Like, you're choosing to sit in sadness, and I get it. It's hard. It's really hard when you go through things like that. If you need to seek therapy, please do so. Don't be ashamed. Yeah, this blue in this cup is getting... You need to work on your emotions. Like, I feel like all of your emotions just flowing out, and you're not doing anything productive to deal with them. Don't let that person, don't let that situation steal your joy. You still have so much life to live. You still here because God got a purpose and a reason for you. Don't let the enemy be victorious by stealing your joy. I'm hearing may have won the battle, but not gonna win the war. Have that fighting spirit in you. Have that lion up in you. Right now, I feel like you acting like this little lamb, but you're not. You a whole warrior on the inside. You went through this so it could wake you up. I feel like in your past life, you were a part of the military, or you are being recruited to be a part of the spiritual military, and you had to go through this to activate your very essence. Double card in the verse, like I said. No more. Like, things tried to pull you in. They tried to control your life, keep you down, but now look at this person. They're upside down in the whirlwind. Person could be a Capricorn. I heard Scorpio. This person could be a Scorpio. Yeah, look at this. This person tried to work with a dark entity to get you up out of him, but now I got him trapped. Like, it's attached to him now. It's sucking him in. It's like they promised this negative entity you, and you didn't deliver. So now this entity is coming to collect. I'm here in the streets, need a body. Wheel of Fortune. Man, once you get out of, release all this sad energy, the wheel will turn and you'll come out on top. I know how it feels to be depressed. I was talking in the beginning of this video how I was doing a deep clean. Baby, get up, take you a good old shower, take you in a nice little bubble bath, wash your hair, paint your nails. You can go to the dollar store and get you some $2 nail polish. If you a man, you can go again to the dollar store, get you a nail clipper. Just self-care, you know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself and love on yourself. If you know how to cook, you know what I'm saying, cook you a good meal. Can't cook, order you something good to eat. But you gotta get yourself out the bed, baby. You gotta get up. God has a purpose for you. Seek God to figure out what your purpose is so he can give you life. had to kick nobody. Why they now? I'm also getting somebody underarm stink. Like, you be sitting around. I'm getting somebody in bed in hoodies and stuff, and like sweat is accumulating and stuff. Baby, I get that you depressed. Go ahead and wash this negative energy off of you. My biggest thing is when you look good, you feel good. Baby, when you smell good, you feel good. Like, take care of yourself. Get out the bed. Love on you. If nobody told you today, I love you. Thank you for deciding to stick around when you feel like giving up. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. Thank you for allowing me to sit here and talk to you. Just thank you for being you. The world would not be the way it was if you weren't here. And you may feel like you're insignificant, but you play a major role to society. You don't even know it yet. When you balance the light with the dark, abundance will roll in. Take a risk. I don't know if you can see these dice. Take a risk. I promise you won't regret it. God got you. 5 of Pentacles. It's time to come out of this mode where you feel like defeated and you need to go inward and you need to stay in the house and isolation. No more, baby. Come outside. It's summertime. It feels good. I don't care if you're just taking a walk around the neighborhood. Get some sun on your skin. Do something to raise your vibration. I'm also getting this type of energy that somebody lives by water. Like, go sit by the water. Just really take in the scenery. Look at God's creation and be appreciative for 2:11:11 when I said that. Be appreciative for God's creation. Find the beauty in the small stuff. It'll revitalize your energy. It'll rejuvenate you. I'm hearing different deck. Oh yeah, it might be crumbs on some of the bombs, but it ain't no stain on me. I don't know what that is, but I'm hearing it. Okay, so. Look, the swords, the candles. You can also, like, you don't have no stage, no Palo Santo, no none of stuff like that. You don't have stuff to do spiritual back. Oh, again, go to the dollar store, get you a white candle and light it. Pray to God, say whatever you need to say, and then light the white candle and let it burn. And then the coffee, like, yes, this is a wake-up call. It's time for you to get back up. Okay. I can't believe I've been here this long. If you still here, like, you my dog. What you want from the store? Thank you for sticking around and, you know, listening to me. Because I know I took the collective energy and I started telling my story. But I felt like God was telling me to tell my story. Put it out there. Speak my truth. So, what is what it is. Oh. I don't think I was ready for these. Alright, I'm sorry. God, give me clear messages for the collective. Here's something about Friday. It could have happened on Friday. Something's happening Friday. So, we have the Lovers card. Most people channel the Lovers as, you know, this lovey thing, but the Lovers also talks about making a choice. And you can choose to sit in the sadness, or you can choose to accept God's offer. You can choose the offer to receive help. Like, look, there's somebody here talking. If you need to talk to your friends, if you've been holding this to your chest and you haven't told nobody, people love you. Seek support from them. I don't care if you want to come talk to me. Drop it in the comments. Like, I'm here. I want to build a spiritual community. I want people to be able to live in their truth. I want us to bond on this channel, okay? I really want it to be about our spiritual journey and just growing and ascending together. If you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. And the card says, will you or won't you? The choice is yours. And then we have the World card. I feel like for somebody, after listening to this message, you're going to make the choice to start loving on yourself. And look how the energy is going to turn around. I feel like it's going to bring your creativity back. It's going to bring your spark back. It's going to give that Queen of Wands energy, like that passion and desire and that drive. I'm also seeing by the time the fall comes around, it's going to be a huge transformation for you. Like, you can't see it now, but as long as you trust in God, He's going to come through and deliver for you. Look at like all these butterflies. Like, He is going to transform things for you in a major way. Ways that you can't even fathom right now. God says lean not on your own understanding, but on His. Like, God has a plan for you. The card also says, yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. Like, God has plans for you. Once you make that choice, I promise you, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. You feel like you can't make it. You feel like you can't do it. You're questioning God. Like, why? And you don't want to talk to God. But I'm hearing, what is that man named? Lil Papa, that live, we are on Ghetto Angels. How come we always question God but never pray? How you gonna diss God and you ain't even got a relationship with Him? Build a true relationship with Him, and I promise you He'll change your whole life around. Ready for them. I still heard read it. So, temperance. Let go of self-imposed limitations. I'm telling you, I cannot make this shit up. And when I come over here, I told you I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm just intuitive. You know what I'm saying? I get prophetic messages. That's it. That's all. But what I said was not enough confirmation with you. I'm not pulling these cards out of my ass. You know, you watching me shuffle on camera. Like, let go of self-imposed limitations. Again, take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. I cannot make this shit up. I'm gonna put these back in the deck, but I heard read them. So I'm not gonna interpret them no other way other than what the cards say. And again, it says, let go of self-imposed limitations. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. I'm here. I'm busy loving myself. I'm busy focusing on myself. I don't know what song that is. I'm busy loving myself. But take the time to love yourself. Don't let that person steal your joy. Don't let that person steal your happiness. I don't care if you gotta wake up every morning and say affirmations every morning. Say, what's that song? I'm that bitch. I am that. That's what I'm hearing. Play positive music that feeds your soul. All right. Anything else, Spirit? I don't read this deck in reverse. So, justice. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. You're gonna get divine justice. Just live in your truth. Don't let these people have the power over you. You hold the power because God is within you. I'm here. My God is an awesome God. We praise on heaven and earth. My God is an awesome God. Period. For somebody here, you could be at home watching YouTube on your computer and stuff. And this is so, I don't know, maybe this is a confirmation for me, but hey, like, look, the lady has a red afro just like me. The color done faded out my hair a little bit. And look at these scales. I'm a Libra, and I was just talking about this sword, divine justice, baby. You can have a dog. And here go this magic, like hanging on up. I keep hearing it. Might be fleas on something. I don't know what song it is, but it ain't no stains on me, or it ain't no fleas on me. I feel like for somebody here, y'all know what I'm talking about. And the Nine of Swords. We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. So yes, there's somebody here who has been laying in bed and just been depressed and defeated. You may be up every night just overthinking, drowning in your thoughts. And I want to say I'm not projecting on anybody, because not me, baby. I go to sleep. One thing about it, I'm going to take a nap. So, I don't know what, I'm just telling my story. However, this could be you on YouTube, you know, again, watching me. And you're getting these downloads. And I'm here to tell you that you're going to get divine justice. So when you see this and it's 3 in the morning and you come across this, baby, go wash this while you take a shower. Wash all of the low vibrational energy off of you. Let's start there. When you get out the shower, grab you some lotion, grab you some oil, and put it all over you. Make yourself feel good. I promise you're going to be feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. That is the first step. And again, when I was talking about the swords, 10 of swords, of course, it talks about, Nine of swords. You know, somebody being in mental conflict. But also, when I told you about the swords and spiritual warfare, know that you are protected. When you go to sleep and you're having dreams about certain stuff, pull out your sword, girl. Okay. And handle business. I can't believe this video is this long. Like, if y'all still watching this, I fuck with y'all for real. I don't know if a whole lot of people resonate with this. I know it's just for one person, and I know God made me get up and put this out just for this one specific person. Now, if it resonates with others, you know, let me know. Drop it in the comments if you open to sharing your story, or like this message if it resonates. If you fuck with my energy and you resonate with me, go ahead and subscribe. The Magician, like, yes, you have the power to manifest a new beginning for yourself. What does it say? Plant. Yeah. Somebody might have a farm, a garden, or you want a farm or a garden. But this card says you have everything you need to do anything you want, and that's on period. And back to this hair, like somebody has short wavy hair, and you wear hats a lot. And for others, you need to get out into nature. That's going to help you get grounded and help you release those low vibrational energy. 2, 2, 2, 3. As I'm saying it, as I see. Hug a tree. Like, that helps you recharge. Hug a tree. Walk outside barefoot. Like, it'll really help you get grounded and recharge. For somebody, getting that you like to stargaze. I don't know if y'all see. I'm just looking at the card. See the stars in the background. And also know that is spirit there with you. And look at that bird again. I feel like for somebody, you resonate with the crow or the raven being your spirit animal. Like, they're here with you on this journey. They're giving this message, giving you messages. So in your dreams, you see a crow or raven. In real life, you see a crow or raven. Watching TV, you see a crow or raven. However it pops up and you keep seeing it, know that they have a message for you. Five of Wands. It says, this deck is the cozy witch deck, and we were talking about black magic, so I'm guessing so I was guided to pick up this deck. I don't want to say what the card says. Like, I really don't like using this deck. I didn't even know, like, when I got this deck, this is what it was. Like, I mean, I was just buying stuff on the internet, so here we are. But I'm gonna just read it as a good coven lets every witch have a say. Just meaning like teamwork makes the dream work. You don't have to do it alone. Talk to those who love you and care about you. They're gonna hear you out. They're not gonna disregard your voice. You get this feeling like nobody loves you, nobody cares, they don't care about what you went through. But have you even sat down and tell them like the depths of what you went through? You probably gave them like a quick little 1-2 of what happened. I know I did this, like, yeah, I just told y'all the whole rundown, but when I was telling originally, when I told the story, I was like, yeah, my ex set me up and beat me up. That was all I said. And again, I'm not really a crier unless I'm super emotionally charged. So I'm saying that with a straight face, and everybody know I'm a hard body, like, especially when they see my face, like, oh girl, you got a little, you know. When I finally did pop out my face, it was maybe like a week later. So they were like, oh, your face is not, you know, I had a really bad gash under there. So they was like, oh, you got a little scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like through pictures, you couldn't tell unless you actually see me in person. I didn't pop back outside until my face started healing. So like through pictures, I remember telling my mom, like, there was a picture of it, and she was just looking like, oh, it's not, you know. I'm thinking this like was detrimental and really bad. And so like really open up and be transparent so people will know. And then 8 of Swords, stop overthinking and just do it. Like, let go, stop scrolling on social media, stop being in your head. Like, really seek the help that you need. And 4 of Swords, it says, why aren't you resting? And basically, why aren't you resting your mind? Why aren't you relaxing and getting in tune with God? Why aren't you relaxing and getting in tune with your inner self? Why aren't you doing the healing that is going to release you out of these shackles? Like, look at these books around her. Like, you have so much inner knowledge. Just tap into it. It'll take you places you couldn't imagine. So, I love you guys. I have to go. So, if nobody told you today, I love you. I love you so much. If you went through anything traumatic, just know you are not alone. There is a group of us, and we will all rise and we will all persevere. So again, if you fuck with me the way I fuck with y'all, the way I just bare my soul to y'all, the least y'all can do is like my video, tell me how it resonates, and go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, I told you this is going to be a part 2 and 3 because the energy I got was really big. So I don't know if I'm going to keep going tonight. However, see y'all in the next one. Bye, babies.